And in this series of data analyst interview question and answer, I am going to give you detailed explanation to help you prepare for interviews. There are going to be multiple types of questions which are going to be very important and useful for the interview purposes. I will be covering journal questions, technical questions, case based questions, tool specific questions, advanced concept questions, scenario based questions, and many more. So stay tuned till the end because this is going to be really very interesting series, and this is the first part in which I am going to cover 10 important interview preparation questions which are necessary to be gone through for data analyst interview. Let's start. First part contains general questions. Question 1. What does a data analyst do? A data analyst collects, processes, and performs statistical analysis on large data set to identify trends, patterns, and insights that support decision making. They often work with the tools like Excel, SQL, Python, or R to visualize and interpret data. You will be easily getting the Python series on this channel itself, so please check the description for the link of the playlist. Question 2. What are the key skills required for a data analyst? So, there are so many skills which are necessary for being a good data analyst, but I am telling about some important. Strong analytical skills, proficiency in data tools like SQL, Excel, and visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI, programming knowledge in Python or R, understanding of statistics and probability, data cleaning and processing skills. Question number 3. Explain the difference between structured and unstructured data. Structured data, organized and stored in row and columns. For example, relational database, that is RDBMS, which is actually in the tabular form. Unstructured data lacks a preferred format. For example, it could be in the format of text, image, videos, etc. Question 4. What is data cleaning? Why is it important? Data cleaning involves identifying and correcting errors in the dataset, such as missing values, duplicates, or outliers. It ensures accuracy and consistency, improving the reliability of analytical results. Question number 5. What are some common challenges in data analysis? Incomplete or missing data, handling outliers, ensuring data privacy and security, combining data from multiple sources, communicating findings effectively. Technical questions. Question number 6. Explain the difference between a primary key and a foreign key in our database. Now, when we talk about the concept of primary key and foreign key, these are basically related to the database management system. And when you are talking about the data analysis, so that is very important to understand about the DBMS part. So when we talk about the primary key, it is a unique identifier for each row in our table. And foreign key is a field in one table that refers to the primary key in another table to establish a relationship. So in a relational database management system, that is RDBMS, which represents the data in the tabular format, row column combination, these concepts are very much used. Question number 7. How do you handle missing data in a data set? Remove rows or column with missing data. Impute missing values using mean, median, mode, or prediction models. Use interpolation for time series data. Question number 8. What is the difference between inner join and outer join in SQL? So, inner join returns row with matching values in both tables. Whereas when we talk about the outer join, it includes unmatched rows along with matched rows. For example, left, right, full outer joins are present. Question number 9. How do you identify outliers in our data set? Using statistical methods like the Z-score or IQR, that is interquartile range, or visualizing data with box plots or scatter plots. So when we talk about the scatter plot, that is concept which is included in the matplotlib. With the help of matplotlib module, you will be easily able to understand more about the scatter plots. The link for the Matplotlib module is present in the description. You can just go through the playlist for better understanding and the practical applications also. Question number 10. What is normalization and why is it important in databases? When we talk about normalization, organizes data to reduce redundancy and improve consistency. It ensures efficient data storage and retrieval. Statistical questions. Question number 11. What is the difference between correlation and causation? When we talk about correlation, it measures the relationship between two variables, whereas causation implies one variable causes the effect in another. Question number 12. Explain the central limit theorem. The central limit theorem states that the sampling distribution of the sample mean approaches a normal distribution as the sample size increases, regardless of the population distribution. Question number 13. What is p-value in hypothesis testing? The p-value measures the probability of obtaining results as extreme as observed, assuming the null hypothesis is true. The smaller p-value, which could be less than 0.05, typically indicates strong evidence against the null hypothesis. Question number 14. What is multicollinearity and how do you address it? Multicollinearity occurs when independent variables in a regression model are highly correlated. It can be addressed by removing one of the correlated variables using regularization techniques like lasso or ridge regression. Question number 15. Explain the concept of variance and standard deviation. Variance. It measures the average squared deviation of each data point from the mean. Whereas when we talk about the standard deviation, the square root of variance representing data is spread in the same units as the data. Case based questions. Question number 16. How would you analyze customer churn? Collect relevant data, for example, transaction history, demographics, perform exploratory data analysis to identify churn patterns. Use predictive models to classify high risk customers. Implement retention strategies based on insights. Question number 17. How do you evaluate the performance of a predictive model? Use metric like accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, and ROC AUC, depending on the problem type, classification, or regression. Question number 18. Explain how would you handle a dataset with 1 million rows and 50 columns. Use efficient data processing, libraries like Pandas or Dask. Perform data sampling for initial analysis. Optimize queries using indexing in SQL database. Question number 19. How would you explain technical insights to a non-technical stakeholder? Use visualizations. This is including the charts or graphs. Avoid jargon and focus on actionable insights. Relate finding to business objectives. Question number 20. What steps would you take to clean a messy dataset? Remove duplicates, handle missing data, correct inconsistent formats, identify and address outliers. Tool specific questions. Question number 21. What is your experience with Tableau or Power BI? If this kind of question is asked to you, describe the projects where you created dashboards or performed data visualization focusing on the business value delivered, because these are totally dependent on the projects what you have done. So make sure that you are having some knowledge of these particular tools like Tableau or Power BI and you have practiced them, so you will be able to explain this like tool based specific scenario based questions. Question number 22. Explain a window function in SQL. A window function performs calculations across a set of rows related to current row. For example, rank, running totals. Question number 23. What are pivot tables in Excel? Pivot table summarizes and analyzes large data sets by grouping and aggregating data. Question number 24. How do you use Python for data analysis? Libraries like Pandas, NumPy are used for the data manipulation, Matplotlib, Seaborn for visualization, Scikit-learn for machine learning. And I would like to tell you that all these things are already discussed on this channel. So I will be attaching the links of the NumPy module, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. All these are present on this channel itself with different playlists. So I will be attaching those series in the description below. So do not forget to check it for your better understandings. Question number 25. What is the difference between a heat map and a scatter plot? So when we talk about heat map, it shows data density using colors. Whereas when we talk about the scatter plot, it plots individual data points to show relationships. Behavioral questions. Question number 26. Describe a challenging data project you worked on. Now, in this kind of question, you can just share details about the problems, your role, steps taken, tools used, and results achieved. You will be describing all about your project in this context. Question number 27. How do you prioritize tasks in a data analysis project? By understanding project goals, stakeholder needs, and focusing on high impact analysis first. Question number 28. How do you ensure data accuracy? By cross validation, data quality checks, automating validation processes. Question number 29. What is your approach to learn new tools or technologies? By hand on practices, online courses, documentation, and community forums. It is very obvious that you have to practice, you have to go through multiple online courses because everybody tell something new. Definitely the documentation is really very good resource when you are willing to learn something new, a particular programming language or a tool, technical, like language related modules and all. So those things are very necessary to go through and you can answer in such way. Question number 30. How do you handle tight deadlines? Now, like when you will be working, like you are giving the interview for your job, definitely. So when you are working in a firm, they expect that you are able to handle the deadlines. So you have to tell that how you handle the deadlines and what is your preferences. So you can say by prioritizing tasks, automating repetitive work, and communicating effectively with the team. We will be discussing about some advanced concepts like ETL processes, dimensional modeling, cloud computing related data analysis, big data, and predictive modeling. These all things I will be discussing. Question number 31. Explain the ETL process. ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. ETL is a process in data integration where extract simply is for data. Like when we talk about extract, data is collected from multiple sources. We extract the data from multiple sources. Transform, so data is cleaned, formatted, and transformed into a suitable format. Load is processed data is stored in a target database or data warehouse. So extract is extracting the data or collecting the data from multiple sources. Transforming is that when you clean, format, and transform the data into the suitable format. And loading is the processing part of the data when you store the data after a transformation in the target database or warehouse. Question number 32. What is dimensional modeling? Dimensional modeling is a data structure technique optimized for data retrieval. It uses fact table, that is quantitative data, and dimension table, that is contextual data, to organize data in a star or snowflake scheme for efficient querying in data warehouses. Question 33. How does cloud computing relate to data analysis? Cloud computing offer scalable storage, computing power, and tools for data analysis, enabling analysts to process large data sets using platforms like AWS, like where it is giving Redshift S3, Google Cloud, which is giving BigQuery, and Microsoft Azure. And I want to inform you that the cloud computing series is also present on the channel. So I will be sharing the link of cloud computing in the description. Do not forget to watch it because that is really, really helpful and easy to understand, easy to go series. So do not forget to watch it. It is having multiple videos in it, and that will be definitely helpful to you for going in depth in very less amount of time. Question number 34. What is big data? Name tools for analysis. Big data refers to data sets that are too large or complex to process with traditional methods. Like traditional methods are SQL you are using, or Oracle and all relational database you are using. That is traditional. But when you talk about big data, it includes the tools like Apache Hadoop, Apache Spark, Kafka, or BigQuery. So Google is having the BigQuery, and Hadoop and Spark are the Apache products, and Kafka is another product which is helpful for the big data analysis. Question number 35. What is predictive modeling? Predictive modeling uses historical data and machine learning algorithms to predict future outcomes. Examples include regression analysis, decision trees, and neural networks. Question number 36. What are time series data and its applications? Time series data represents observations collected sequentially over time. Applications include stock market analysis, weather forecasting, and sales trends. Question number 37. Explain clustering in data analysis. Clustering is an unsupervised learning technique used to group similar data points, and the common algorithms in it include k mean and hierarchical clustering. Question number 38. What is the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning? It's quite simple question. When we talk about supervised learning, in this the model is trained or labeled. Supervised learning model has the trained or labeled data, whereas when we talk about the unsupervised learning, the model works with unlabeled data to find patterns. There is one more type of machine learning algorithms. There is one more type, that is the reinforcement learning. And when we talk about the reinforcement learning, it is actually the combination of the supervised and the unsupervised learning. When we talk about supervised learning model, so where you are already knowing that what is going to be the output, that time simply the supervised learning comes there, like classification is there. And unsupervised is you can say the projects when you are working like chatbots and all, so that will be having the unsupervised learning algorithm implementations. Question number 39. Explain A/B testing and its importance. A/B testing compares two versions, A and B, of a product or feature to determine which performs better based on a metric like conversion rate. Question number 40. What is the purpose of data pipeline? A pipeline or a data pipeline automates data flow between systems, ensuring relatable extraction, transformation, and loading for analysis and storage. When we talk about data pipeline, simply you can say pipeline means that one pipe is there from where the data is coming, like output is coming, and then that output will be the input to another pipe, then the output from the second pipe will be the input to the third pipe. This way a data pipeline automates data flow between systems, ensuring relatable extraction, transformation, and loading for analysis or storage purposes. What is the importance of data visualization? Data visualization help interpret complex data, identify patterns, and communicate insights effectively using charts, graphs, and dashboards. When we talk about data visualization, there are multiple ways to represent the charts and the tools. You can say that the Matplotlib is a really helpful tool, and the Matplotlib series I have already uploaded on the channel, so I will attach the link in the description. Just check it out, that is going to be helpful to you. Question number 42. How would you choose the right chart type for data? Bar charts are used for comparisons, line chart for trend over time, pie chart for proportions, and heat map for density or intensity is used. Question number 43. What is a dashboard and why it is important? A dashboard is a visual representation of key matrices and trends, providing stakeholders with actionable insights in real life. Question number 44. Explain the difference between histogram and bar chart. Now, when we talk about the histogram and the bar chart, they look alike, they look similar to each other, but actually they are different. Histogram displays frequency distribution for numerical data, whereas the bar chart represents categorical data comparisons. Question number 45. What is a KPI? How do you define it? KPI stands for Key Performance Indicator. A KPI is a measurable value indicating the performance of a process or objective. For example, sales, growth, customer retentions, etc. Scenario based questions. Question number 46. How would you analyze customer satisfaction data? Gather customer feedbacks like surveys, reviews, use sentiment analysis for text data, create visualization to identify patterns and trends. I have also uploaded the machine learning projects related videos on the channel, and you can just go through them to understand about these concepts like how to analyze the data. So some idea you will be getting through it in less amount of time. So please check the description because there I have attached the links of the project videos. Question number 47. You notice anomalies in sales data. What steps do you take? Validate data source, investigate anomalies like seasonality, external events, communicate finding to stakeholders. Question number 48. How would you handle a situation where stakeholders disagree with your analysis? Present clear evidence using visualization and data. Explain methodology and assumptions. Invite feedback to address concerns collaboratively. Question number 49. How do you prioritize conflicting data analysis requests? Assesses urgency and business impact. Communicate with the stakeholders. Allocate resources effectively and set expectations. Question number 50. How would you optimize a slow SQL query? Use indexes, optimize joins and subqueries, avoid select asterisks, analyze query plans for bottlenecks. So the questions which we have discussed, we have covered. It covered the various domains, including the foundational concept, technical skills, statistical knowledge, visualization, and behavioral questions to prepare you comprehensively for data analyst interview. Let me know if you want me to discuss more questions, and if you have any query you can definitely put it in the comment section below. Do not forget to check the description, I button, and the end screen for different playlists and related informative videos. And in the description you will be also getting the blog link, so don't forget to read them out. They are really very helpful for the interview preparation. And watch the other videos of this series also. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe. Take care and stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.